Okay, I'm live, but I need to sort out this bloody video. Damn it. I don't think I can sort out the video. How did I sort this out last time? Chat if you can hear me. Slow mode is on. Patrick, hey. Hello, Patrick. Hearing, okay. I can hear you, okay. I thought I'd be able to get the video on, but for some reason I can't get the video on. Damn it. Hold on a sec. Your channel, YouTube. Just give us a second, see if I can get this video on. I got it working yesterday. Bloody hell. Wait on a minute. Webcam. All right, there's 16 here anyway. Okay, I thought I'd have the webcam working. It doesn't really matter. It's only my face, so you're not missing much. Okay. So first of all, I'll introduce myself. My name's John, also known as Binance Stuff. And I started off doing videos that I didn't think anyone would see on Binance. Okay, and that's why I call myself Binance Stuff. So I did stuff like trading on Binance, staking on Binance, and basically how to use the platform, that kind of thing. And then one day I saw some comments on one of the videos I made, and they said where someone had lost some money, and they said, well, at least my money's safe in stable fund. And I was thinking, what the hell's stable fund? So I looked it up, and it was one of the biggest Ponzi schemes going. Okay, and some of you may have heard of stable funds. Let me know in the comments if you heard of stable fund. Yeah, I'll get to the questions in a bit. So keep asking questions. I'll come to them in a bit. Okay, so I looked into stable fund whenever that was, and I did a video on that saying that was a Ponzi scheme and a complete rip-off, and you don't lose your money basically, and that's pretty much what happened. But when I started making videos on that, there was hardly anyone else who's making videos on these Ponzi schemes. And I carried on sort of doing that because it got kind of more interesting than the Binance stuff. I still carried on doing Binance, but obviously now Binance has kind of, obviously Binance has kind of gone downhill somewhat, and you can't really do anything on Binance now anyway, especially if you're from the UK, because the government's basically stopped anything to do with staking or anything like that, getting any interest on your crypto. You can't do anything now. So that's all a pain in the arse. But yeah, so I started doing Ponzi videos. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today. And obviously, ITP, I want to talk about that because it's blown up a lot. I don't just want to talk about ITP though, but we will start off on ITP. So the first thing that I'm going to say about ITP is just in case any of you are still unsure, I'm basically saying that ITP is a scam. So if you're not sure that ITP is a scam by now, kind of where are you? ITP is 100% a scam. It was a Ponzi scheme from the get-go. It was a MLM scheme, okay, that multi-level marketing. And it was designed basically to get anybody in, but a lot of newbies into this scene. So I noticed from Zoom, some Zooms that I've watched, that quite a lot of people got in the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks. And so obviously you're kind of new to crypto, maybe, you know, you got help off people like Charlie, okay, helping you out, so he kind of helped you out putting money into the scheme, and obviously it benefited him and all the leaders. So all the leaders were happy to help you out, as it were, and make money off you by getting affiliate commissions. So that's kind of another thing that I want to talk about is leaders and also Ponzi promoters and that kind of thing. So let's have it. I'll just answer some questions then. So all you can hear me. Try plugging the webcam. It's just a laptop, mate, so I don't have anything really to plug in. But can people claim under their bank by saying this was an investment which fell through or a scam? I have no idea, to be honest with you on that. I doubt it personally. They're not going to give you your money back. I think you have to actually pay in pounds or something like and pay through the bank, because nowadays, like for instance, I use Barclays, and when I pay for something now, I get a little notification bell that says, "Are you sure you want to pay for this?" kind of thing. So I'm not sure you would get anything from Barclays or any other bank. Okay. What about COS? COS I haven't really looked into. I just know it's pretty much the same thing as ITP. So if that's you, Mike, it's going to be exactly the same. I think it's the same people behind it by the sounds of it. From what I can gather, it kind of rugged on the same day. Stable fund, right? I've heard of it. You're right. Okay, you're talking about stable fund, yeah. Charlie, aka Captain Hindsight, who is now warning about ITP. Yeah, no problems. I've got a screenshot of the main Wales leader, Ricky, openly admitting right at the start that it was a pyramid scheme. They all knew. Okay, the Wales leader. So is that just his team, Northman? Just the Wales team? Was that including Charlie? Was that including Mr. Mac and any others and the guy from Liverpool? Yeah, I've seen the COS thing on BBC. I'm guessing that ITP will follow on after that. Not sure, but I know he did the conference in Swansea. Okay. All right. So what I want to talk about then is Ponzis. Okay. Well, you can still ask questions. I want to talk about Ponzi schemes. Now, a lot of you think that, I know some of you knew that this was a Ponzi, because I'm also reading on the WhatsApp, the new group on the WhatsApp. In fact, I'll try to find a link to that. If I can find Quality Crypto. Where's it gone? Okay. Oops, my pen. Okay. I'll put a link here. If you want to go and have a look at Quality Crypto's YouTube channel, you don't have to do it now, obviously, because you're on this, but you can look at it. You can join the WhatsApp group. There's now a WhatsApp group for people who've lost the money in ITP, or whoever's got information on ITP. So look at the very first video on that on his channel, and look in the description, and you'll see a link to the WhatsApp group. So if you want to join that WhatsApp group, if you've been in ITP and lost money through it, or made money in it, whatever, join that WhatsApp group. It's growing by the minute, I'd say. There's 102 members in there now, and it's only been going about an hour. Yes. Okay, so let's have a look at it. Not sure, but I know he did not. Yes, knew it was a Ponzi and was told I was a hater. Huh. Okay. All right, so let me just talk about Ponzi schemes then. I think most of you know what a Ponzi scheme is, what a definition of a Ponzi scheme is now. Some buzzies going on. So what I would suggest is nobody should get into Ponzi schemes. So if you know it is a Ponzi scheme, you shouldn't get into it. And there's a few reasons why you shouldn't get into Ponzi schemes. So one of the reasons why you shouldn't join a Ponzi scheme is you make the Ponzi scheme last longer. And if the Ponzi scheme lasts longer, it means more money gets into it. And at the end of it, more people get damaged by it. So that's the one basic thing. Now, a lot of people sort of argue, well, you put your money in and you get in early. Okay, so I've heard this hundreds of times. You know it's a Ponzi and you're playing the Ponzi game. And I don't agree with this. I've got to say, I do not agree with this. And I know a few other YouTubers have maybe started to change their ideas of what you should get into and what you shouldn't. And a lot of people now are coming to the conclusion that you shouldn't get into Ponzi schemes, even if you make money out of it. Okay, and the reason being is if you make money out of a Ponzi scheme, then all you're doing is making money off the last ones in. All right, that's all you're doing. You're effectively being a thief. All right, you're stealing off some. You know, you might not know the person, but effectively you're stealing off the last ones in. Okay, the last ones in are paying you. So, I mean, the question is, would you steal from somebody you didn't know walking along the street? And the answer is hopefully that you wouldn't do that. Okay, so that's like a couple of reasons. And the other reasons why you shouldn't get into Ponzi schemes is most of the time you don't know the people who are behind these Ponzi schemes. You don't know for this, for example, this ITP. We think it's Chinese, but I think there's been some sort of idea that it might be from Mexico even. Okay, but I think they're from China. We don't know exactly, but any Ponzi scheme you get into, most of the time you don't know who the people are. They hide behind false names and false businesses. You don't know where that money's going. So I've done another video on this. Okay, so here's one. So this is a video basically saying you're a thief if you're into Ponzi schemes. Okay, and so you can look at these in your own times. And this other one is basically you're supporting hardened criminals potentially. Okay, so that first one there, that first link there, that's basically saying you're a thief. Okay, if you're supporting Ponzi schemes. And the second one is potentially that you could be supporting criminal activities such as slavery. Okay, you could be supporting pedophilia, you could be supporting drug trafficking, and you could be supporting wars. Okay, anywhere in the world. You don't know. You could be buying bullets for somebody. All right, for some army or anywhere in the world. So that is why you shouldn't get into Ponzi schemes. So forget this nonsense when people say, what's the harm? Well, I've just given you the thing. If you're supporting a war, that is the harm. Okay, if you believe in war, then maybe go and support it or something. But that's kind of where I'm coming from Ponzi schemes. Don't get into them. Just forget about the actual loss that you could incur, as most people seems to have lost in this. And most people tend to lose in Ponzi schemes. All right. There's a few people who keep saying, oh, I get in early and I make money. I know how to deal with these things. But some of these, I know a lot of people got caught out because I've seen some people saying they thought this would go on until after Christmas. But if you think about it, that doesn't make much sense because most people have got the money before Christmas, not after Christmas. So they rug pulled at the right time. So let's have a look at some questions and is Mac arrested? That's what I heard. Wow. Do I do interviews? Well, don't know. Not really. Maybe. My friend wants to talk to you about these things. Okay. Well, you can talk now, Mike. Is Mac arrested? Does anybody know that? Yeah, exactly. So Elatis Mincy is another YouTuber in the chat. So he's basically talking about getting in early. Getting in early didn't help with Arbitrage Stack, AAC, Global Aid Club. Circulate Money was sort of I'd say one of the most famous ones. That was the biggest rug that Jonathan Seller was promoting. So I don't know if any of you guys have heard of him. Jonathan Seller is a YouTuber who promotes a lot of Ponzi schemes. And one of the ones he did was called Circulate Money. And that rug pulled for about $2 million within 48 hours. So the thing is, you can't time it. If you get in early, which people did in that one, they lost straight away because nobody got anything. The guy just rug pulled. He took all the cash and put it through Tornate. He took all the crypto and put it through Tornado Cash, and nobody could trace it. It was all gone. Nobody saw any of that. Stealing the food for someone's plate. For many, this is true, yeah. Mac and his family are in a hotel somewhere. Mac said he would do a live Zoom. I don't know if he did. All right. So I don't know about this information about Mac. Go to Crypto Stuff Discord. You can get your money back. Right. That looks like a scam to me from Monica. Nobody's getting the money back, so that's nonsense. Hi, Brew. How are you doing? I think I've just seen you in the WhatsApp group. Patrick. Right. Patrick's going to bring God into the chat. I don't believe in God, Patrick, if I'm honest with you. I don't know what anyone else does. I don't think God's going to help you in this Ponzi scheme. I don't think God's going to get your money back in from this Ponzi scheme either. Oh, wow. Get GXL. Okay, so that's another Ponzi scheme I have looked into, and that's quite a big one. So Get GXL is one that's sort of mainly in Trinidad, and that's a crazy Ponzi scheme, and it's so weird, that one. If you go to their website, Get GXL, it's so bad, that website, but people still think it's legitimate. It's like one of the worst websites I've ever seen. Absolutely terrible, clear Ponzi scheme. Cos was massive, right? Yeah, well, yeah, was it as big as ITP? Maybe, I don't know. Max says he hasn't spent a penny yet. So about these Ponzi promoters, so people like Charlie and Mac and all the others, I don't really know all the names of the others, if I'm honest with you. I think there's Darren, who's sort of in charge of things on one of the Zoom calls I saw. I think they should be paying the money back. So I don't know exactly how they would do it, though. I don't think they can just sort of do it themselves. So I think they're going to have to get arrested first somehow or something. But I think it'd be in their best interest if they didn't spend the money, okay? Because if they spend the money, they're likely to go to jail. If they can pay back the money that they got from it and show then that they paid back all the money that they got, maybe they'll avoid jail. Okay, obviously the other way to avoid jail is if they run off to Dubai. But I don't think they'll have enough money to run off to Dubai. Maybe Mac might, but the others won't, who've gained like 50,000 and stuff like that. They've got nowhere near enough to run off to somewhere like Dubai and live in a place like that. I'd say you need a few million probably to go to Dubai. But the video I did recently on Charlie, he was saying that he's doing his apology. In my opinion, for him to do his proper apology, he should refund the money, okay? But like I said, how do you refund the money? If there's, I've no idea. If there's 100, let's say there's, for argument's sake, if there's 100 million that's been lost to the scammers, and Charlie's earned, he says he's earned tens of thousands. So let's say he's earned 50,000. How does he pay it back? I mean, you'd have to give like a share of 50,000 into 100 million, which is going to be like peanuts, isn't it? Everyone's going to get like whatever, $5 each or something back, or 0.0005% or something ridiculously low like that. Dubai must be getting overcrowded. Yeah. Cheers, Andy. Yeah, Dubai is the city of scammers. Crypto and DeFi was not created for thievery. I agree. They were created for the common man to utilize and get ahead. Be your own bank. Be your own financial firm. We should be winning. Yeah, Chicago Brew, that is exactly why I do these videos and stuff like that. I want to clear up the space, and that's why I want to talk about some other things like Ponzi promoters and things like that in this space. So I completely agree with what you just said there, Chicago Brew. That's excellent. That's the sort of mentality I want to sort of get into people. Okay, I want people to get away from these Ponzi's and earning a few dollars here and there. That's not what we want. We want to be our own bank. Okay, so the advantage of having crypto, let's say you're getting like a mortgage or something like that, we can get rid of the bank and we can basically get money out of other people, and it can be DeFi, okay, where you don't, where the bank isn't getting the profits, okay, it's sort of shared among several people who basically loan a decentralized sort of mortgage provider, let's say. So that'd be one kind of thing, for instance, like mortgages. Other things, getting rid of Ticketmaster, for example, would be a great way for crypto. You know, you have all these seats at, 100,000 stadium, let's say. Ticketmaster like charge like 15 quid or something, don't they, for each ticket? We could get rid of all those charges by using smart contracts and things like that. So we can run things much smoother using crypto, I believe, make things cheaper and cut out the middleman. So I agree with you, Chicago Brew. We should be winning here. Now, the other thing I'd also say is, like, if you look at Bitcoin, so some of you are new. So this is the other thing. Some of you are new to crypto and you've only been in the scene sort of three weeks, and maybe you've not even used crypto before. You just saw your mates who were in ITP or COS, let's say, or any other Ponzi, and you saw them doubling their money, and you think, right, I'll have a piece of that. And I get that. I get that logic. But you've got to also think, this is too good to be true. That's the old adage. If you're doubling your money within a month, it's too good to be true. What was I talking about then? Can't think what I was saying. Bloody hell, I lost my train of thought. So have a drink of water. Yeah, I'm sorry for the camera pressing on it. I can't do anything. Yeah, so crypto, we should be, Bitcoin, that's what I was talking about. I want to get to. So yeah, people who've been in this for 3 weeks and who've not really been into crypto. So some of the new ones, I know there's quite a few who've been in the system for in crypto for a couple of years now, maybe. But people who are new, who got into this by ITP and maybe put off by what's happened, obviously, and I can totally get that. At the moment, 99% of crypto is scam world, okay? People are just getting scammed left, right, and center, and it's no good. Obviously, it's no good. So what I'd say is, if we can get rid of these Ponzi's and avoid these Ponzi's, if we can get through all of that shit, on the other side of all of this, there's something great going on. Okay, so Chicago Brew, totally agree with you. We should be winning. Okay, we should be winning. So don't leave crypto, because it'll take over. Fiat currencies, your pounds, your dollars, your euros, they're just going to go to shit. Okay. Right. In this other group, a guy said ITP has been around 10 years. No, that's bollocks. No, I don't think that's true. Yeah, the bad YouTubers are bringing a lot of negative attention to crypto. That's why so many governments also try to intervene. We get rid of them, like Mark on crypto, we'll be better off. Yeah, so if you haven't heard, Mark on crypto is obviously promoting this. So some of you may have gone through his link to get to ITP. He's now cleared off, okay, because another one of his projects that he's promoted went belly up yesterday, that Carol Finance, which is obviously another Ponzi. And every single project he was promoting was a Ponzi scheme. It was utter garbage. They should donate that money to charity and people who will be able to feed their family over Christmas. Are you talking, so Cruiser Edwards, are you talking about the leaders should donate that money? I mean, I don't think they should personally. I think they should pay it back. So there's a thing called clawback. In Ponzi schemes, if you make money from a Ponzi scheme, then in theory you should pay that that money should get clawed back and paid to the people who lost money in the project. Okay, so that's what's known as clawback. So on the Netflix big Ponzi scheme, I always forget the name of it. What's the guy who did the big Ponzi? Help me out here. What's the big Netflix Ponzi? The biggest, the $1 billion Ponzi scheme. He talked about clawback in like the 3rd episode of that. Bernie Madoff. That's the guy. Yeah, Madoff. Yeah, he made off with most people's money. It's a bit of a strange name, that, wasn't it? Yeah. So Bernie Madoff. That if you haven't seen that Netflix. I think it was three episodes. So go and watch that if you haven't. That lasted 20 years or so, or even longer, that Ponzi scheme. So that's another thing that really pisses me off. When people say, oh, it's paying out and it's been paying out a year. If it's been paying out a year, then it can't be a Ponzi. Well, Bernie Madoff's Ponzi lasted like 20 years. So when people say it's been paying out a year or 2 years, it's utter bollocks. Okay. Monica Jago. No, it's not a scam. There's a genuine proof and advice on how to get the bank refund. Nothing to do with crypto scams. Right, okay. Do you think Mac knew it was a Ponzi? I think he did. I don't think he's stupid. Whether I don't know. I don't know for sure, to be honest with you. Mark, Charlie, I don't know. Someone has just said that one guy from Swansea or from Wales did know it was a Ponzi, and all the other people did. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. Okay. What I would say about the Charlie video, going back to Charlie's video, he made a video, and I made a video about it, saying he's bringing up excuses of why he didn't think it was a Ponzi scheme and why he felt it had longevity, and he was telling all the reasons why he didn't think it was a Ponzi scheme, and he got suckered into it. He was blinkered. Okay, he was blinkered by it all, but I think he was blinkered really by the greed. Okay, and this is the thing. Where some people can see that things are a Ponzi, and some people kind of get blinkered. They start thinking about the profits of a particular scheme, and that's what they get blinkered by. They get blinkered by the wealth. They start looking at the mate who's doubled the money, that kind of thing, and they turn off anyone who says, oh, it's definitely a Ponzi scheme. How can you make that amount of money from that thing? Okay, whatever it is. Okay, we know ITP was crypto arbitrage, where you're supposedly selling some Bitcoin from whatever, Bitfinex, and then selling it on Coinbase or something like that, or vice versa. And then you're using leverage and stuff like that. It was a complete and utter nonsense. Okay, now the simple reason why I knew it as a Ponzi scheme was they wouldn't need that amount of money to make. If they're making like 3% a day, if they sort of put 10 grand into this, they could be earning, after like a year, they could be earning like $130 million. Okay, so if you do the compound maths calculations, if you have started with something like $1,000 or $10,000 and you're making 2.5% on that 10 grand or whatever amount, by the end of a year, you can be making like $130 million. So they don't need your money. It's utter nonsense. Madoff got people for over 95 billion. Yeah, it was several billion. Yeah, these companies just keep changing names and claims they've been running for ages. None of these QT Ponzis, what? Lasted longer than 10 months. Not sure what you mean there. Is there any company doing compounding trading that's legit? No. No. Right. So, Inky, when you're doing proper trading, from what I can gather, they only use, if you're trading properly, you're only going to use something like a maximum probably of 5% of your total money in any trade. So that is where other companies that you may be talking about, which is things like Coopi. I'm not exactly sure how you say it. Coopi, I call it crappy, to be honest with you. Okay, so Coopi, a lot of people might be in. Let me know if you're in Coopi, QUOPI.ai. Okay, let me know in the chat if you're in Coopi. Coopi is 100% a Ponzi scheme. So is anyone admitting to being in Coopi? Nobody's admitting to it. All keeping quiet. Yeah, so Coopi is 100% a Ponzi scheme because that is exactly the same. They're earning ridiculous amounts, like 2.3%, and they're saying they put in all of the money that they've got into every single trade, and that is utterly ridiculous. I mean, most proper traders put, say, 2%, something like that. They are putting 100% of their money into like Google shares 1 hour. So when they did their the trading on the stock exchange, they're putting it all into Google, okay, and then they take it all out, whatever they get, then put it into Amazon, and then they're taking that out and put it all into Tesla, and then they're taking that out, whatever they get, and put it into Shopify. It's utter freaking nonsense. You don't trade 100% and put it all into the next thing. Okay, we might do if we've got like a couple of grand, but they've got like millions in Coopi. So just think about it. So that's the critical thinking. So whenever you're thinking something's a Ponzi, you think, is this logical that this could be happening? And the answer to Coopi is no. No, it can't. It's ridiculous to put all of the money in. Okay, Coopi, right, will fail probably in January because from what I can gather, they were doing they moved over to the crypto trading and they got a few people in. They got like 1,000 people in. And then I think in January, they're going to get like more people into it. Okay, so when they get that more people in, when they get that big amount of money being put in January, that's when they'll rug you. And the same thing with Coopi is people aren't taking out the money. Same thing with ITP, people kept their money in or they put it back in. So if you watch some of the Zoom calls, there was that guy from Liverpool who put something like $31,000 back in because he said, "Oh, I really believe in ITP. That's why I've left my money in there." Sorry for the bad Liverpool accent there. Okay, so he put all the money back into ITP. And lots of other people said, "Oh, I've left it in." They left it in compounding. So all it was is when you look at your screen, it was numbers on a screen. Okay. And many people, they sometimes take it out, but then they'll just put it all back in again. But they'll put a bigger amount back in. So that's one of the reasons why these Ponzi schemes keep going. People don't take the money out, and they do get greedy. So using words like Mr. Mack has said, people get greedy. People want double bubble. They want big amounts. Okay, so people have, at the end of the day, it is based on greed. Ponzi's work off people's greed. They see other people making money, and they want to make that money themselves. Okay, so let me just answer a few more questions before I move on to some other stuff. Buying stuff. Mark on crypto has barely started his channel. Yeah, he just grew quickly due to the ITP hype. Yeah. Crypto Blue 3000. Now she's a Ponzi queen. Never heard of her. Okay, so I'll write that down. Crypto Blue. Crypto Blue. Sounds like a porn star. Yeah, Ponzi queen. One after another, rug after rug, and she continues. Yeah, that's just disgusting. So I'll talk about Ponzi schemes in a minute. Sorry, Ponzi promoters in a minute. Where did it go? Hold on a minute, I've lost something here. Qtox, right? I think I've just missed the chat here somewhere, so I'm just catching up with the chat. Vecba Guild, yeah, I didn't really know much about Vecba. Yeah, that's another one that went down the toilet, I think. Mac knew exactly what these were. Okay. Does anybody actually hear Mac or anybody in the top leaders actually say, yeah, I know it's a Ponzi? Did they sort of pull you to the one side while they're having these meets in Leicester? Did they pull you to one side and say, yeah, I know it's a Ponzi, but keep it quiet, well, or something like that? You know, did they say anything like that? I don't believe Charlie is innocent either. No, I don't think he is. Well, where he's not innocent is that he hasn't paid the money back, Lala. Okay. Seeing the money rolled in, but completely closed off to reality of how the money's being accumulated. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They put the blinkers on. Because they're earning so much money, they don't really want to think about how it's really being created. You know, if you think about it for 5 minutes sensibly, it's not realistic. Okay. They aren't silly people. They know 100% per month. I know what you're saying there, but not everybody knows. Some people think, oh, it's crypto, right? So you can earn money. You can earn big money. You can earn 100%. I mean, if I look at my phone now and look at Binance, okay, and just look at one of the charts, let's say, I'm sure there'd be one crypto that's gone up 30%. Yeah, GFT, never even bloody heard of it, 48%. So you can see you can earn this money, okay? If you put all your money in GFT before it went up, you'd have earned 48%. The thing is, you can't keep doing it, all right? You can't keep on moving from one to the next unless you've got a time machine or something like that. You can't keep on winning these massive percentages. So these massive gains are just unrealistic to keep getting them. So at some point, you're going to get wiped out. Charlie had said in his recent apology video that we shouldn't put 100 more in ITP because it's a scam. Ah, right. Yeah, that's later on, True Believer. So you're talking about the 100. Okay, so that's the other thing I want to just talk about. So this $100 to reactivate your account or change your account over, please don't put your money into that. That is a complete scam. So even if you put $100,000 in and think, well, it's only $100, it's not going to get you anything. I've already seen on the WhatsApp, people have tried it, okay, and they haven't got anywhere with it. It's not going to get your account back. So don't put $100 into it. All you're doing is just giving them an extra $100. Don't give them one more red cent, okay? Don't give them any more money, please. You don't know where this $100 extra is going. Like I said before, it could be going to slavery. It could be going to bullets, buying bullets for wars. Could be going to anywhere. You don't know. So don't give them any more money. Sadly, it's most people's first time venturing into this sort of thing and then introduced by someone who's close to them. Yeah. And this is the same with this GXL thing in Trinidad. I've forgotten what its name is now. Get GXL. Okay. Yeah, there's another big Ponzi scheme going on in Trinidad at the moment that I've made videos on, which is blowing up quite big. And yeah, it's very sad because what's happening is family members are talking to other family members and getting them in. And Christmas is going to be shite this year. Hi, everyone. Hi, Red Joggers. Welcome. None of the Ponzi schemes can last longer than 10 months. That's not true. I heard that the average Ponzi scheme can last 48 months. So you're not right on that one, Mike. Okay. Ponzi schemes can last a long time. It depends on the payout structure. So the Bernie Madoff one, that lasted a long time because he was paying out 1% a month. Okay, so he's only 12%. If you think about the Ponzi schemes that you guys are getting involved with, where it's 1% a day, obviously it's so much harder. All right, when you're dealing in those figures, what you have to do when you've got a Ponzi scheme where you're paying out 1.5%, 2% a day, you're going to have to get so much more people in. But the other thing as well, like I said before, is that people aren't taking their money out. If they're getting 2% a day, well, where else do you get 2% a day? They look around, okay? They've been paying out from this Ponzi scheme. They look around at other schemes and think, you know what? There's nothing better than this. I might as well keep my money in. So the thing is, they don't necessarily have to get more people in. What it is, it's just numbers on a screen. It's just digital dollars. So if they haven't actually paid it out, if they haven't actually withdrawn from the Ponzi scheme, then it doesn't make any difference. Okay, they don't need fresh blood. If people aren't drawing out and are just recirculating their digital dollars back in and never actually see it in the back pocket or hit their bank accounts, then it doesn't matter. You see there, true believer, I wish I knew it was a Ponzi earlier. It's because I saw how my relatives benefit from ITP for around month that pull me in. Exactly, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, there's a lot of people like you, true believers. So I'm not going to have a go at you or anything. You're new to this. What you've got to realize is about Ponzi's and MLM schemes. Go look them up, and I'm here to sort of teach you and make you understand about these scams. And there's some bad people in the world who basically just want your money, and they don't care about how you are. Copy will probably rug by Christmas, maybe. Yeah, I think they'll wait until January, LTs, because I think there's a big surge in people coming in January. QTOX is another. All right, I'll have to look at that one. Yeah, so if you've got any big Ponzi schemes you want to tell me about, then I'll have a look into them. Yeah. If you're trading, you'll receive a contract note. No contract notes were received through ITP. I think they did put something out to say how much they bought the Bitcoin for and how much they'd sold it for. I seem to remember that somewhere. If Charlie was able to get paid off of the $100 deposit, he'd be telling you to invest. He's a crook like the rest of them. They're just here to rub your Xmas bonuses. Yeah, they just show you the amount of USD quantized in a day. Guys, if ITP has taught us anything, is that any platform that guarantees returns daily are absolutely bogus. Yeah, fixed returns, yeah. So guaranteed returns daily. So you might have negative returns as well, I guess. That makes sense. Yeah, if anything's anything's saying you get fixed returns, then avoid it. Okay, it's going to be a Ponzi scheme. ITP could have gone on for several more months. Over 800k people joined ITP in the first 3 weeks of November. Yeah, it was ridiculous, wasn't it? That money and the Thanksgiving promos, the influx of new monies of 20. I think they're going to actually spin it out to Christmas somehow. I mean, if we've noticed they're still doing sort of Thanksgiving double your money things, so people are still putting the money in. It's 1st of December now. They'll somehow maybe spin more things out for Christmas, I think. I sent you a message to help with your camera's issue. Yeah, I'll have to look at that another time. I'll probably use OBS or OBS. Don't. I know you had a laugh at me last time for using the wrong terminology. Calling me an old man, which I am. I'm over 50, so I'm old these days compared to most of you guys, I'm guessing. Especially a platform that gives a lot of bonuses a day. Yeah. I mean, the bonus, put 37,000 in and you get 37,000. Will double your money. I mean, come on, guys. That was ridiculous. He wasn't from Liverpool. He was a wool. I can't remember what that terminology means. Is that Manchester or wool? I've heard that before. Can't think what that means. It's basically gambling. You win the first time, withdraw, and believe it's real. You then are putting more back in on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly true, Red Joggers. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people put money in, they take some money out and think, right, the withdrawal works. Okay. So they put it back in. Okay, and they put more back in. They start off with 100. The same thing happened with the crypto program. I don't know if you know the crypto program. Let me know if you're in that one with Ed Zimbardi. He started off. He went round to all the YouTube promoters like James Pelton and Jonathan Seller. He went round to them. He said, just start off with one package, because he knows how people operate. Start off with one package and then they build it up, okay? And then the next minute, you're selling your house, you're getting a second mortgage, and you're buying 500 packages or something ridiculous. Mac lives near me. Oh man, I've just gone a bit too far here. All right, here we go. People are hard up at the moment. Lots of people who lost money were desperate in the first place. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. This is what scammers do. They feed on people's desperation. They feed on people's greed. Okay. I received a message from their WhatsApp channel. If you invest 150, you get 75. Okay, I think we know not to go with that one. Hi, John. Only just got on. What's the worst Ponzi you have covered in the last 2 years? And who is the worst Ponzi promoter on YouTube? Whoa, right. Oh, yeah, we had a bit of a discussion about this one. What is the worst Ponzi you have covered? It's probably stable fund, isn't it? It's difficult to work out what the whole amount is lost. So because you don't know if you're including people's interest, okay, or how much they put in. PGV was another bad one, but I didn't actually cover that one. Funnily enough, so some things, what happens sometimes when I create a video, I look at stuff and think, this is so obviously a Ponzi, I'm not going to cover it. So you're not going to believe it. I didn't cover PGV because I thought it was so obviously a Ponzi, people wouldn't put the money in. So I didn't cover it. And the same thing happened with Wolf Capital. I thought that was such an obvious Ponzi. And so from now on, I've kind of not done that because like so many people lost the money in Wolf Capital and PGV that I've decided now that if I think it's going to be big, then I'll cover it because I don't want people to put the money into Ponzi schemes. And the other question, who is the worst Ponzi promoter on YouTube? You know what? This Mark guy was one of the worst, in my opinion, because the way he did it, the way he did that humbling apology on ITP. I know he hasn't covered. Actually, I will tell you the worst Ponzi promoter, but Mark was pretty bad because the way he did that humbling apology, groveling to everybody, saying, "I'm really sorry," and the next minute he's done 3 videos promoting 3 more Ponzis straight away. What an absolute, James Hunt that guy was. And I'm glad he's deleted his YouTube channel. And I think he's deleted his Telegram. What an absolute piece of shit that guy was. All right. He's disgusting, that Mark. Absolutely freaking disgusting. So the worst Ponzi promoter is definitely, I forget his name. What's his name? Terence Pounds. Okay. Terence Pounds is the worst Ponzi promoter, but his channel's called something like Money Mystery. I can never remember his bloody name. Money Mystery Motivation Passive Income, something like that. It's something ridiculous. He pretends he's like a priest or something, and he's actually up for. I think he's been actually into courts for scamming about $3 million from when we had the lock-in, where we had to sort of stay indoors for like a year because of the thing. Can't mention the C word. When we had to do that, people got business benefits and stuff, and I think he scammed about 3 million for this church or something or other. And he basically bought several cars. I've done a video. If you check my channel out, I've done a video on him. Terence Pounds. Okay, Terence Pounds. He's the worst because he must do about 4 videos a day promoting Ponzi after Ponzi after Ponzi. And he just keeps going with it. He's relentless. And you got to sort of give him some credit for being totally relentless. Okay, on that. Got to keep spreading the word on this rubbish. Yeah. Matt lives near me. You say it's based on greed. Yeah. Maybe it's sometimes based on hope. Yeah. Desperation. Yeah. Everyone has their own situation regarding finances. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you sort of say, fuck it, don't you? You say, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to get a loan. I'm going to mortgage my house. I'm going to put all my eggs into this basket and go for it. And sometimes it pays off. And then sometimes we have to sell the house. Really, I heard he's arrested. Right, hold on a minute. I keep scrolling wrong here. Really heard he's arrested. Thoughts on Fud Farm? Yeah, you know my thoughts on Fud Farm. I've done a video on him saying he should be in prison. Jonathan Seller, in my opinion, he should be in prison. The amount of stuff he's promoted, and the thing is, he tries to what he does is he obviously says everything's gonna rug. So that's how he kind of in his head, that's how he gets away with it. But the Fud Farm, Jonathan Seller, you know, if you look at TronScan, okay, so if you look at his wallet, which ends in CCC, I think, you can see that he got paid $25,000 from Kuopi. Okay, I'm pretty sure he got paid 25,000. So he did a video initially saying, "Oh, I'm crazy, guys. I've just put $25,000 of my own money." Well, that was utter bullshit. Okay, it wasn't his money. Okay, it was Kuopi giving him money so he could put it in, and then later on, he basically gives the money back to him, I think. Okay, so he does get a certain amount of money off these, but he's not putting his own money in. And this goes the same for all of these Ponzi promoters. They're all getting like $1,000 or $3,000 or whatever the amount is. Okay, so James Pelton, they all get a certain amount of money, like $2,500. James Pelton, I think. I can't remember exact amount of money. I think it's $2,500. Somebody might be able to correct me in the comments. Elatees, you're pretty wise up on this. How much does James Pelton get per video? Do you know? Okay, so I know there's a couple of other people who are YouTubers in the chat. Okay. Give us a legit platform. Buy Bitcoin, guys. Buy Bitcoin. It's in 50 days. Okay, so if you haven't got any Bitcoin, buy some Bitcoin. Personally, I don't have any Bitcoin. I bought some Bitcoin in the past and sold it and bought it again and stuff like that. I'm going to say what I'm in, but I'm not saying you should go into it. My biggest bags are Solana. Okay, so I'll probably get some grief for that. Most of my money's in Solana. I believe that's got a long way to go. Okay, but in 50 days, when Bitcoin goes up with these ETFs, I think everything's just going to shoot up. But I think other stuff is going to shoot up more, and that's the reason why I don't have Bitcoin. Okay, because I think everything else is going to shoot up more. That's my belief anyway. That's what I'm doing. You don't follow me. Okay, do your thing. Okay, do your own research on that. I'm not a financial advisor and all that bullshit. With 100% per month, I'm talking about. Okay, 10 months max at 3,000% per year. What? Good point. What do you think about Kuopi? Yeah, Kuopi is a Ponzi scheme. So if you haven't heard me before, Kuopi is 1,000,000% a Ponzi scheme. Okay, if you look at my past videos, I've done several videos on Kuopi. Financial Conduct Authority, so the FCA have ruled it's not doing proper business. Okay, if you look at the warning, the UK FCA site, the warning business sites for Kuopi, there's a warning on the 29th of November. I did a video on that as well. I did a video on freaking everything, to be honest with you. Primordial FX, it rubbed, didn't it? Primordial FX. I don't really know. Quality Crypto, yeah. Mr. Money Ministry Man. That's how I know Andy calls him that. Yeah, Mr. Money Ministry Man is the worst promoter. Yeah, he totally is the worst promoter. Yeah, I've already covered XB, AGI technology, and preparing to do a video on ZMAX. Yeah, ZMAX is just a is Kuopi. I was debating whether to do a video on ZMAX. I think Mr. Money Ministry Man has done a video on that. Yeah, XB, I've covered that XB. AGI, I don't know anything about AGI technologies. But ZMax is just another Quappy clone, I think. I think there's a couple of Quappy clones out there. Mark was a Jeremy Hunt, absolutely. Yeah, he was a Jeremy Hunt. Or a James Hunt. So I'm a bit older than you and Andy, so we call him a James Hunt. I'm seeing a lot of schemes with the same concept as Get GXL. Wow. Popping up in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, that's the thing. People latch onto these. Jesus, probably. Yeah, Get GXL is one that's somebody told me about Get GXL and I thought I'd cover it, and that blew up, So I can sort of see whether a project is getting a lot of traction because of the people watching my videos and stuff. So I could see that ITP really blew up, and Get GXL was another one. Okay, utter crap. Honestly, it's the biggest pile of crap. It's the biggest obvious Ponzi you've ever seen in your life. Okay, well, I say that, but people still fall for it. That's the problem. Don't pick on Mark too bad. Mark stumbled into success because of IT presentations. No, meant well and was only finding his way. Crow. No, somebody else. I can't remember now. Somebody was talking to me about Mark, and he's actually quite well known in the scene. So he's been around a while. Okay, so he should know better. Right, that's a joke, surely. I just remortgaged your Shao Bank. Should I be worried? That's got to be a joke. I've done a video on Shao Bank. Shao Bank's complete Ponzi scheme. Okay, did you? If you watch that Jonathan Seller thing, I mean, Jonathan Seller did that video. Quality Crypto did a really good video on Shao Bank. Okay, it was just laughable. Okay, absolutely laughable. I've just been scammed. YouTube showing ads on a live stream. I'm out of here. All right. That's my fault. I should have pressed another button. Seller got paid much more than 25k from Quappy. Yeah, that was one amount. It's been paid more. It's been paid other amounts as well. James Pelton gets paid around 5k, I believe, for doing AMAs with platforms. Yeah, I can't remember the amount. Buy Bitcoin, but I haven't got it. Well, what I mean by that is I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm happy to sort of say buy Bitcoin. Okay, so yeah, I know what you're saying, but I can't say go and buy, which I'm not gonna say. But I'm pretty sure Bitcoin is solid investment. Buy gold. Well, gold hit its tops 20 years ago, didn't it? And that's back at where it was 20 years ago. So I'm not sure about that. Yeah, Centrium. Okay, so that is the other platform, which is like Quappy. That's just like a copycat of Quappy. Yeah. What's your favorite meme coin and why is it Pepe? Pass. I've bought Doge in the past, and I bought the other dog token. I forgot what it's called. What's it called? Forgotten its bloody name. I think I bought Pepe as well for about 5 minutes. I don't know why, but I did. Yes, once a platform asks for more to withdraw, it's an instant red flag. Hey guys, it's Mark on Crypto. All right, Mark, how are you doing? I doubt if it is. Have you guys seen that XRP ad scam on YouTube? Utter disgrace. I'm guessing that's going to be. There's going to be a few like that. XRP. There's one on Link as well. So yeah, that's another common. Watch out for the YouTube videos where they promise to drop you some link off. They sort of say things like, "Oh, we've done so well this year. We're going to do an airdrop. So just sign up and click on this." So I think YouTube are really poor on that. There is if you go on the adverts on the right for YouTube, you'll see so many scams that are they usually have someone like Elon Musk in a video, or they'll have some top crypto guy. So they'll have the head of Link, they'll have the head of XRP, they'll have someone from, Charles Hoskinson, can't say his name, from ADA. They'll have somebody, the head honcho, and they'll pretend they're doing an airdrop. So yeah, watch out for that scam. Ask me what you want, but I'm done with these platforms. Is it really you, Mark? Oh, actually, it is me. Okay. All right, Mark, say what you want if it is really you. Okay, guys. So Mark is here in the chat. So if you want to ask him any questions, keep the swearing down to a minimum. Why did you delete your channel, Mark? Yeah, I kind of. Why did you do that? I mean, you got thousands of subscribers. You had a chance to sort of talk to them and show them the way, but instead you promoted loads of Ponzis, which was completely out of order. Yeah, like LT says, I'm going back to affiliate marketing. Right. Is Greg Secker right? I've got to be careful here what I say here. So Greg Secker, if you don't know Greg Secker, he's in charge of a company which does trading, forex trading, and he sells a course. I've forgotten the name of his bloody company now. Learn to Trade. Okay, so Greg Secker, you might well have seen adverts before my videos and stuff like that. I see them all the time. I can't get away from the guy. I'm sure he's basically harassing me. Is Greg Secker a safer bet than crypto? He makes 300 grand after being sucked off in the morning. All right. I know where you're coming from now, crypto scam victim. Very funny. Yeah, after he's swum the channel. Yeah, so this is what he does. He swims the channel, puts on one of his trades, swims the channel back, and then he's up 150 grand. He goes out for a two-hour run, and then he's up 100 grand after putting a trade on. Now, so this is the thing I don't get with Greg Secker's course. If it's AI trading, right? So if the artificial intelligence, if it's so clever, okay, why do you need to go on a course to learn it? Surely you just download the software, install it or whatever, and let the artificial intelligence work out the trades and just let it all do it for you. All you needed to do is provide the money, okay? That's all you need to do. So I don't get it. Greg Secker having breakfast at DO, as you do. Welcome, Mark. You didn't have to delete your channel. You could have promoted legit affiliate marketing opportunities or legit trading. Ever since I watched Binance Stuff video on Greg, he's everywhere. Yeah, sorry, mate. Mark, I removed it for obvious reasons. I didn't like the direction it was going. Been only doing this for 2 months. Tired of the rugs. Carol dumped right after I made a video about it. Yeah, we know. Never again, not promoting these platforms. Mark, all you need to do is just look into them. There's plenty of things about, I think. Well, I say plenty. There's not that much, I guess. But yeah, there's a lot of there are a lot of shady things. But the problem is, Mark, is you didn't do due diligence, and that's where I've got a problem with you. You didn't do due diligence at all. You deleted a lot of my comments where I said, here's a video, this is showing this is a Ponzi scheme, and then you delete it. Things like that. That's just no good. You're living in your own echo chamber where you're not listening to anyone else who's got a lot of experience. So I've been doing this for like 2 years, reporting on Ponzi schemes and things like that. I can look at a site and after a minute or so, I can pretty much tell whether this is a Ponzi scheme or not. Okay, but you're promoting stuff like Quappy, which is clearly a Ponzi scheme, because if you've just got like $1,000 and put it into Quappy, you'd have like, and you compound it, you know, you'd be worth like whatever $100 million in a year or so. So it's utterly ridiculous. I'll just say, I never heard of Mark prior to ITP. His link in his Telegram group was the most idiotic. I attempted to get him to reconsider something so harsh, but emotions and rash decisions won over. Okay. ITP almost destroyed my channel. Well, it made your channel as well. I honestly thought ITP would be around a while. Well, a lot of people thought it'd be on for a while, but they still thought it was a Ponzi, though. That's the thing. A lot of people thought it was a Ponzi and would be going on after Christmas and stuff, because they saw this thing called these roadmaps. Okay, so a lot of people, that is another thing that they do. These companies, they give out roadmaps, and so people see, well, it's got a roadmap. It's saying it's going to do this in 2025, so it can't rug now because it's doing this in 2025 or doing the other. Stable Fund did exactly the same. They were doing a thing in Dubai where they were going to have a meet and chat and stuff in Dubai or something. They had a stall in Dubai, in Dubai, and obviously that was a load of nonsense. You destroyed your channel, Mark. Yeah. They can't sustain 100% per month interest. No one in the world can. Exactly. If you're earning that amount, I mean, 25%, 10% a month is ridiculously hard. Okay. You can't sustain it. If they could, BlackRock would be in it. Okay. If people could make 10% a month guaranteed, BlackRock would be in it. LTs, yes, I hear you. I'm starting clean, but another niche, new channel soon. Okay. Well, stay away from the Ponzis. You just need to read up on it a bit more. Rebrand the channel and educate people. Exactly. This could be a blessing in disguise to help people. Yeah, exactly. Keep the channel going, Mark. Open up a new channel. You can have more than one channel. I've got another channel. I've got a bridge channel, believe it or not. I play cards. Okay. If you go and look at that one, look at John Style Bridge Lessons, and I've got another channel there. You can watch me play bridge. I can teach you how to play bridge as well. There you go. A bit of a plug for my other channel. Rebrand the channel and educate people. This could be a blessing in disguise to help people. I used to promote the two biggest talk about Stable Fund and PGB. Yeah, so Andy admits, you know, he's promoted Ponzi schemes in the past and he's changed his ways. LT's Mincy's in the chat also promoted cat arbitrage, which I know me and him had sort of quite big arguments over it. Okay, and he was adamant. This is another thing about Ponzi schemes and stuff like that. You get into this cult status almost, and you don't believe anybody else. You block people out, and you just believe the cult leaders like Mac and Charlie. You just believe what they say, and they believe what somebody else says from up above or whatever, and it just becomes a cult. Okay, so Stable Fund to me was a massive cult where they believe this guy called Michael, who we believe might well be Varandata. Again, I've got to be careful with my words. So there's another video on that. So Michael may or may not be Varandata, but a lot of people were following Michael from Stable Fund, and they were hanging on every single word he was saying, and I just couldn't believe how people were listening to what he says and just hanging on every single word that he said. It was unbelievable to me, and that's why I kind of got into this. I just found it really fascinating how people can just get drawn in into these things. So this is another thing where people say, oh, everybody knows it's a Ponzi scheme. The thing is, they don't. Not everybody does know it's a Ponzi scheme. You know, Mark's kind of admitted that this ITP thought it was going to be around a while. Now, the question I've got for you, Mark, if you're still there, is, did you, all these schemes that you're putting on there, did you know they were Ponzi schemes? Did you think they were Ponzi schemes? Or were you just playing the Ponzi game? Okay, so that's my question to you. Did you know they were Ponzi schemes? If you did, well, you answer the question anyway on that one. I'd like to know if you knew they were Ponzi schemes, or if you thought they were Ponzi schemes. Is there a way to get your channel back? There's no excuse for promoting 100% guaranteed profits, right? Yeah. Hold on a minute. Where have I gone here? Hold on a minute. Just trying to find the questions. So is it illegal to guarantee double? It's illegal to guarantee double funds in 1 month. That's it. Yeah, probably is illegal to guarantee fixed amounts. Mark, you guys are right about all this. I wasn't happy to see these videos about me at first. Well, look what happened. Quality Crypto, why you want to make more videos about me? Laughing out. Yeah, we want your channel back so we can make more videos about you, Mark. That's our ulterior motive. I also promoted scams before. Yeah, now I do my best to educate people on how to do due diligence into scams. The biggest giveaways, if you see the same Ponzi promoters talking about something on YouTube. Yeah, that is one true thing. If you look at the people like Jonathan Seller, Ryan, forgotten his name, something like Passive Crypto he's called or something. There's a guy called Ryan who's basically friends with Jonathan Seller. And if you've got Terrence Pounds, Mr. Money Ministry Man, if these guys, if the same people who are promoting all these Ponzis are promoting a scheme, then you're probably pretty sure that that is also going to be a Ponzi scheme. All right, just skip the ads. Yeah, I've just seen the ads skip. I've just come up, so I've skipped the ads for you guys. Okay, there's a little thing saying ads coming up, so I've just skipped it for you. Okay. Biggest, you see the same Ponzi. Yeah. You're clearly a sellout, Mark. Okay. Well, I want to know, Mark, this is the question. Are you a sellout, or did you know there were Ponzi schemes that you were promoting, or did you not know? Okay. Straightforward question. Were you, or did you know half of them were Ponzis? Whatever. I mean, because I know you deleted some of my comments that I was saying this is a Ponzi scheme and stuff like that. You can easily make 10% a month. The reason large funds don't make 10% per month is because they are dealing with such large amounts of capital. So people like us, 10% is very doable. It is doable, but it's still very hard to constantly do that amount. But yes, with a smaller capital, it's much easier to convert, $10 into $11, right? Yeah. Haha, it's all to warn people of a potential imminent scam, Mark, that's all. You know what this was, mate? You're not stupid. Okay. You should use some common sense before promoting something like this. Yeah, this is the thing, Azim. Azim, not sure how you say that. Before promoting this. So I did a video called Critical Thinking, which got taken down in the UK because Greg Seller didn't like it. Okay. Not Greg Seller. Greg Secker. He took down the video because he didn't. So a few of my videos, by the way, if you're in the UK, I've done some videos on Greg Secker, who promotes trading courses. And if you're in the UK, you can't see them, okay? Because I'm basically YouTube have banned anyone in the UK. So obviously a lot of people on this call are from the UK, won't be able to see those videos. You might have to use a VPN. You should use some common sense. So yeah, getting back to the common sense thing, not everyone's got common sense. Okay, that is the problem. Yeah, I remember cat. Yikes! I'm glad I didn't get in that one. Yeah, cat arbitrage. John teaches bridge and sells them. DM him for a quote. Yeah, bridges. Yeah, yeah. I've got a bridge. Yeah, anyone a bridge? I can sell you a bridge and a tower. Sell you a tower as well. Anyone wants one? Got one going cheap. If you didn't know this was a scam, what are you doing in crypto? Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. If you're a YouTuber, you should know that all of these things are Ponzi schemes and stuff like that. And I think a lot of these people are just ignoring it, but not saying it. So people like Jonathan Seller, they sort of say, oh, we're not sure this is a Ponzi scheme. Okay, which I think is utter nonsense when he says that. When he says things like, oh, we can't be sure this is a Ponzi scheme. We can only be sure when it actually rugs. Okay, which is just nonsense in my opinion. I mean, the people like so talking about Ponzi promoters, people like Terrence Pounds, Jonathan Seller, James Pelton. You know, James Pelton's promoted a lot of Ponzi schemes in the past. You know, they do things like this because, you know, they get like $3,000 for doing an AMA or whatever it is. I think $2,500. I think he gets. I think that's the figure in my mind. So when James Pelton does an AMA questions for an hour, he gets like $2,500 for that, and that's easy money, isn't it? I mean, I've been chatting now for an hour and 20 minutes, and I'm not getting a bean for it. So imagine chatting to someone for an hour about crypto, something you enjoy, and just asking a few simple questions, and then you're getting $2,500 for it. So I can understand why you'd do that, but he's supposed to be a man of the church, James Pelton, and I think a lot of the time he just uses that to lure innocent people who are into God. Okay, I think they are more susceptible, if I'm honest with you. Okay, some of you might argue with me on that one, but I think people who are into God, I think, are more susceptible to believing things. You know, if somebody says something, I think they sort of take people at their word because, you know, they're more trusting. Okay, I believe people who are into God are more trusting, and so I think they're more gullible. Okay, they're more likely to fall for these scams. Let me know what you think about that. It's a bit what you think about that, what I've just said there. Do you think Mr. Mac or Wildish will be arrested because of their involvement in ITP? Plus, if they are innocent and not involved, why are they not sharing names of people who they spoke to from ITP? I don't think they know the names, if I'm honest with you. I really don't think they know. You've seen them on telephone. They've had telephone chats. I've heard Charlie got paid for doing the videos because he got approached because he thought, you know, he's got a nice voice, comforting voice, and he does nice videos. Let him do the videos and suck people into the program. So I think ITP actually paid him. So in some respects, Charlie actually works for ITP. Well, hold on, that'd just be a contractor, wouldn't it? So maybe not. But do I think they're going to get arrested? I hope they do. I think they might only get like a couple of years tops if they do get arrested. Obviously, Mr. Mac is one of the biggest culprits because he's promoting it so heavily, and the amount of money he's made from it, over $500,000. LTs, I was actually a fan of your channel and some of your older videos. You're extremely sharp. Then I saw your video on me, and I had to make something or other. I mean, Mark, that's not good. I mean, if you like somebody, just because they have a go at you, I mean, so what? Bring it on. That's what I say. If someone wants to have a go at me, let's have adult conversation. You know, I'm happy to have a conversation with people like Jonathan Seller, but he won't come on my show. I say show, it's not really a show. I guess it is a little bit of a show now. Now I'm doing this YouTube thing. But Jonathan Seller has sent me long email of why he doesn't want to come on and talk with me. It was a really long email. Okay. So yeah, he made excuses because in the past he's sort of said, "Oh, I'll have a word. I'll chat with anybody about this." But when I confronted him about it, oh, what happened? He bottled it basically. He made some excuse saying, "Oh, I don't want to promote your channel. If I come on your channel, I'll be promoting your channel, so I don't want to do that." And he wrote a long email, okay, about it all. So yeah, that is Jonathan Salah for you. He's full of BS, in my opinion. He's not transparent at all, as I've said about the payments that these people get. Terence Pounds, all of these people, they don't say. Not very many YouTubers say exactly how much money they get paid, and they should do. They should disclose how much money they get paid. You know, from these things, and you've got to be really careful about these other YouTubers. So there's a good tweet from, let me put this guy up. This is a good tweet. So that's a tweet from a guy called Michael Rocky Winwolf, and he's put a really potentially incriminating. If anyone wants to sue him, then they might, he might get sued. But he's put basically a top 10 of YouTubers with over 200,000 followers each, who are he's basically saying they're bad uns, they're wrong uns. Okay. How do you trust people with those faces is beyond me. A bunch of lying pieces of shit and are dumb as fuck. Okay, so these people are BitBoy Crypto, Wendy O, Martini Guy, Lark Davis, Ran Neuer from Crypto Banter, The Moon Carl, Leia Halpern, Ivan on Tech, Bitlord, and MM Crypto. Okay, so he basically did a top 10 of like the worst YouTubers. Okay, so check that tweet out and give it some love. And I think I might follow that up with something. Okay, but I'd stick in Altcoin Daily into that list as well, personally. So a lot of these YouTubers who have big followers, they're often shilling coins. Okay, they get these coins for free, and then they start talking about the program. And this is the right time now. The bull run is coming up. Just watch out for all these coins that are getting shilled. There's a lot more now that are getting shilled now that the bull market's coming in. And just be careful, guys, because they're out to get your money. They're gonna get these free tokens, free coins, and pump them up, okay, and then dump them when they're high, and then you're going to be left holding the bag when you think that they're still in this project and they've sold at the top, and you're still holding the bag when it's gone down 99%. So just be really careful. So that was kind of one of the other things I wanted to talk about. Right, let's have a look at some other questions. They say 100% more. That's him. Matt will be jailed. ITP didn't start in 2013. Yeah, that was bullshit. Didn't start then at all. If you look at the domain name, I mean, they've had 4 different domain names. Okay. Category 1 fraud, Mac. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's fraud, Funny thing that we're ITP doing before. Never heard about them. Yeah. LTs agree completely. Red flag when you see the same promoters. Yeah, I mean, that's a basic one when you look up for stuff. So I've been doing loads of videos, and obviously Quality Crypto and LTs we just type in stuff like, so if you get the name of the project, so if you just type in Quappy, My Honest Review, Quappy Review, things like that, then you'll start seeing the same kind of people promoting this stuff. Yeah. Mark, I've been in your positions before. Binance stuff critiqued me in the past as well. We didn't see eye to eye at the beginning, but we're all here to help now. Yeah, true. Take this as a growing lesson for you. Yeah. So yeah, me and LTs, we kind of fell out, but we're all friends now. We're all here to help everybody. That's what we're here. We want. I'm pretty sure LTs and Andy's the same. We want this space to be better. Okay. Because when it's better, it can grow and it can just help all of us. Okay, and that's where I want it to be. So it's just frustrating when you get the banks who won't let you on board to, won't let you on board and off board. Is that the right word? Off ramp, off board. True, but why people lost their money aren't putting pressure on their arrests? Like, yeah, this is really frustrating. I mean, the same thing with Ponzi promoters. I mean, why the hell isn't Terence Pounds in prison is just beyond me. I mean, he does honestly, he does 20, he promotes 20 Ponzi schemes every month. How the hell is he not in prison? It's just beyond a joke. I don't get it. And also with his with his backstory of he's already been in trouble, I just don't get it. Things just aren't moving fast enough, in my opinion. The other thing I think what happens is these schemes have to be big enough. Okay, they have to be millions involved before the courts and stuff get around to it. Because if there's not enough money involved to pay people out, I think that's the problem. If something's a scam for 100,000, it's not a big enough scam because 100,000 isn't going to pay the lawyer. So I think there has to be some sort of fast track in process where people, I mean, because obviously if you put me in charge and said who should go to prison, I'd be like, you should be in prison. Take that site down. That's a load of nonsense. It's losing people money, you know, and all this would be sorted out in 5 minutes. But obviously it doesn't work like that. And that'd be like a kangaroo court, effectively. I'd be judge, jury, and executioner. And so people wouldn't really like that. But it would probably work out okay. That's why dictatorships are actually not too bad, because they get on with things. The trouble is that usually the dictators are arseholes. But if you had a nice person in charge who was a dictator, things would get done. So I'm all for dictatorship. It just has to be a good dictator. Where am I? Hold on a minute. I missed a lot of questions here. Oh, God. Haha, Cat Project told investors that BNB was being held by exchanges because it was suspected to be counterfeit. That was new. Counterfeit crypto impossible due to contract address. Mike, I'm not talking about any scam, mate. I'm just saying through investing, 10% is achievable to learn to trade. Yeah. Yeah, we know that. I just said, I mean, I just looked up one on Binance now. There's a coin that's 44% up, 48%. GFT. You know, if we had put your money in GFT, it's now 49% up. Okay, you could have just been made a percent after I said it. Maybe that's what you've done, half of you. When I said GFT is up 48%, maybe some of you ran off and bought some of it. Who knows? Centrium, this will never last, yeah, because it's like Quappy. Also, Mark, can you still see my videos from past failed platforms? It's proof to others that I do understand how they feel when people lose. So, yeah, so LT is one thing he does is he says he doesn't delete his videos. He keeps them up there, okay? He shows the rough with the smooth, whatever. So pressing a button to double those dollars. This isn't possible. There's no guarantee of any. Yeah, it's bullshit. If you're pressing a button, which is the thing, you got this app and you press the button to double your money. It's just utter nonsense. They will rug pull the token then as well, most likely. Yeah, the Quappy are doing a massive cash grab, aren't they? They've got a bloody shop open. You can buy t-shirts and shit. It's ridiculous. Read James Pelton and his Jesus cult. Don't they call this affinity fraud? Mark, thank you, LTs. To be honest, I was a bit upset at you guys before, but you are dead right. Funny regarding your encounter with Binance stuff. You'll never see me promoting these again. What's bizarre to me is the amount of... Yeah, so this is the thing, Mark. You know, I can forgive, you know. LTs, we had a bit of a run-in. You know, I called him, you know, he shouldn't be promoting this cat arbitrage because your followers are going to get wrecked. And that's what happened. Okay. But he's turned the corner and you can do the same. Okay. So if you turn the corner, that's fine. What I can't stand is people who are just so stubborn and just keep on keeping on. And people like Jonathan Seller, like that, who just keep on, don't listen to anybody saying that you're promoting Ponzis. You're going to wreck people. Jonathan Seller is going to absolutely wreck people. The guy's a scumbag. He doesn't care. As long as he's earning money, he doesn't give a shit. And he's supposedly a man of God. All these men of God are absolute tossers. Sorry. Yeah, James Pelton, Jonathan Seller, Mr. Money, Ministry Man. You'll be lucky not to be jailed, Mark. I don't think you will, mate. Okay, I don't think Mark will go to jail for that, to be honest with you. After ITP, my trust has totally changed with these platforms. You've just got to use critical thinking, Mark. That's the thing. You look at these things. It's like Quappy. You just look at it. Can you earn 2% a day? Yeah. If you put $10,000 in and earn 2% a day, how much have you got in a year? You've got something ridiculous like 130 million. Is that possible? No. All right. It's obvious. Do you want to do a service of sorts, unpaid, where we send you DApps we come across and you review them? Probably easier to gather leads of public interest and then video your finding review. I mean, I pretty much do that already, mate. People send me stuff or say, look at this, okay? And if I look at it and sometimes I think it might be interesting, I'll maybe do a video of it. Ideally, it'd be great if people sort of said, listen, I want to invest in this. It'd be great if a couple of people maybe paid me sort of $20 or something like that. Hint, hint. Okay. Because honestly, you get peanuts from advertising. Okay. Peanuts from the amount of work I do and basically slave labor. Okay. The amount of stuff I do, it's ridiculous. He'd come on your channel if you paid him the AMA fee. Yeah, I'll do that. LC's missing. Yeah, I noticed that. And I've seen your videos on CAT program and Novatech. I totally understand what you went through. I've lived through this and learned a ton. Pay seller 50K and he'll say anything you want. Probably less than that. And he won't tell you got paid. Exactly. That's where he's completely out of order. He only started telling people he got paid because we looked at the blockchain and you know, we told him that we knew. Okay, he couldn't hide it. Seller's never worked a hard day's work in his life, and it's not a lot to start now. He's doing everything to avoid hard work and hard times. Ponzis win with him. I think he's just trying to get as much money as possible before it all ends. Okay, with Jonathan Seller. I think he's trying to do this bull run and get out of it. I think a few people like that will be like that. Seller also has a God cult background. Yeah, this God cult background, it's just not good. Okay, I know obviously, let's say we've had like 30 people in here and stuff. I'm pretty sure that 10 people may believe in God and stuff, but I've got a bit of an issue with that. You know, if you want to believe in God, that's fine, but don't thrust it on me and all of that kind of thing. That's what, and using God to sell stuff is just out of order, completely out of order. That's a bit unfair. Many asked if it was halal and we were assured there is no interest involved. It's pure profit from trading, and so we were duped. Could we have applied critical thinking? Sure. That's a bit unfair. I'm not sure what you're saying is unfair there, user 775. Mark, that's a part of being a leader. We must learn to grow so that we can help others in this space. Exactly. It's not unfair. You should have known better. I think you two are having a bit of an argument amongst yourself. You don't believe what some random person on WhatsApp tells you. That's true. Yeah. Careful of the WhatsApp people. Just a reminder, if you go to Quality Crypto site, Quality Crypto YouTube channel, his last video talks about a WhatsApp group that you can join. So if you're in ITP, you can join that and maybe get some help and maybe discuss things in there. So that's a dedicated place. But go to Quality Crypto's YouTube channel just to get the sort of rules on what you can and can't do in there. Because what we don't want in these kind of things is people shilling other stuff. All right. People have lost lots of money in there. We don't want people shilling stuff. What tends to happen? Yeah, that's another thing that I want to kind of talk about. Once you've lost a lot of money, once you've been scammed, what a lot of people want to do is get their money back. Okay. And they try to get their money back in a quick way. And so often what they do is they jump from the frying pan into the fire. Okay. I'm sure you've heard that expression before. So you go from one thing to another and you try to get your money back quickly. And if you do that, you're more likely to just lose even more money. So just be careful. Okay. Indeed. As Ian just said here, use common sense. Money doesn't come easy. Okay. So yeah. Easy come, easy go. Money's easy to fly out, but it's much harder to bring in. Okay, it's much easier for me to lose a £10 note than find a £10 note. Of course, had 7 million users. Bloody hell, that's like twice as many, isn't it, as ITP? Crikey. Ponzi Patrol. Hey, okay, so Ponzi Patrol's in the house. How you doing, man? So go check out Ponzi Patrol's YouTube channel. He does a lot of stuff, especially on crypto program. Ed Simbadi's our best mate. He loves us. And Scott Morris. Okay. Put me in, coach. Let's make it a chat. I don't know how you do it. How do you do that? I'm going to be finishing soon anyway, but we can do it another time. Yeah, we'll probably try and do this summit next week. Maybe we'll have a few people on rather than just me chatting. But yeah, we can do this another time. Yeah, indeed. Ponzi Patrol does great work. I got a jet late here. I'll pop in on the next one. Okay, so what I'm thinking about doing is maybe doing this once a week. Chatting about stuff, crypto, whatever. He had it coming. Good night. All right. Night, Mark. Take care of yourself, indeed. It's not jail that's a problem for most promoters. It's their relationship with friends and family who have lost money due to the rug, and they're getting the blame now. It's not jail that's the problem for most promoters. Yeah. Yeah. The trouble. Yeah. That's the thing with Get GXL and this ITP and COS, and a lot of these. A lot of these Ponzi, these MLM schemes and these Ponzi schemes that fly around sort of South America and Africa and stuff as well, they tend to sort of go around families, and they're kind of the worst ones. Oh, crap. I think some ads have been inserted. I don't know what that means. Right. But yeah, they can be really bad, obviously. So if you've been told by a friend and got in by a friend, then obviously you're going to fall out with them, and it's, you know, it's just bad, isn't it? It's just really bad, especially coming up to Christmas as well. What's the meal around the table going to be like for? Yeah, not good. What was a Thanksgiving turkey like? Jesus. Thanks for coming on, Mark. I'll be back. I didn't see anybody reply to my question, so I'll ask it again. Is the concept of compounding legitimate? I did answer that, Inky. I did talk about it. Are there companies that do what ITP complained they were doing? No, it's not. It's not going to work, Inky. Okay, compounding your money, trading. No, it's not going to work. If you think about trading properly, people only trade about 2%. Okay. Anyway, I've answered that. So if you want to have a look at that, I'll when I upload the video or when the video goes up, you can watch me answer that question, Inky, or listen to me answer that question. So I've already answered it, Inky. In a nutshell, no, it's not realistic. We've had 2 projects mentioned in the group already. It shows how much they watch my video. Oh, right, Jesus. Yeah, so this is what we're saying. So in the WhatsApp group, guys, you should not be promoting other shit. How can I put it bluntly? All right. People don't want to lose more money, so don't give them any more shit. Fucking hell. Full house tonight in here. Inky Dion Quappy does exactly close to similar to what ITP does. It's all Ponzi scheme. Yeah, indeed. Quappy, Ponzi scheme. And the other one, Centrium, that's a Ponzi scheme. Okay. If you look at my channel, I've covered most of these projects, I think. And follow Quality Crypto, follow I've forgotten his name now. Mincy. Elatees Mincy. Sorry, Elatees. Forget your first name then. Compounding is legit. Yeah, I mean, compounding is legit. You know, you put your but not really trading. You know, you're not gonna you don't put all your money in trading. My friend regrets not taking his money out when I told him it from. Well, that's the thing. You get greedy. That's what I'm saying. People leave their money in these Ponzis and they don't take it out ever. Okay, and that's why they go on forever. You know, people keep saying, "Oh, it's been going a year. How can it go on for a year?" But people aren't taking the money out. All they're doing is actually putting more money in or putting the profits back in. So they're not taking anything out. Yeah, compounding is a thing. Yeah, Einstein said compounding is the seventh wonder of the world. I think that's what he said, or the eighth wonder. No, he said it was the eighth wonder of the world. Let's get it right. There's already 7 wonders. He said it was the 8th wonder of the world. Cheers, Andy. Got £2. I can buy a pint down at some sawdust pub. I could buy half a shandy. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. I'm going to need a pint after this to my mouth's my throat's drying up. But to be honest with you, I enjoy talking about this. I enjoy talking about Ponzis and cryptos and shit like this. So it's not a job to me, really. I enjoy it. I just wish I'd get paid for it. Yeah. Yeah. Have a look at my channel. Look at the videos. Yeah, exactly. You risk, say, 1.2%. Exactly. When you're trading, proper trading, you tend to risk 1 or 2% of your whole amount. You don't do what Quappy's doing, what they say they're doing. Okay, so they're not actually doing this. Okay, Quappy are not doing any trading. They're not putting 100% of all the money in, because if you imagine 100% of all their money is probably millions. Okay, the amount of people in Quappy, there's probably millions in Quappy. Imagine 5 million doing a 5 million trade on Amazon and then taking it off, and then an hour later you're buying Google shares, and then an hour later you're buying Shopify. Come on, guys. So that is what I'm talking about when I talk about critical thinking. It's just a nonsense, utter nonsense. If anyone thinks that Quappy is actually trading, then please, it's garbage. Okay. My name is very rare. I've never heard it before, LTs. Yeah, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Hey, you got your son called that. Same word. Yeah, cheers, Andy. Yeah, I think I'm going to probably call it a half a pint down south. Yeah. If you want to compound, ask your bank about it. These schemes telling you about. Yeah. Right. Okay. So I think, what else have I done? Yeah. I think I've covered most of the stuff I wanted to cover. So like, subscribe, put any comments in the live video when you put it up. Want to thank everyone for coming in. Hopefully I'll try and do this maybe every week, and maybe get some people in, like Ponzi Patrol will get in, and we'll probably have video next time. Okay, maybe someone else will host it even on their channel, and maybe we'll have a bit of a chat and stuff, and it'll be good. Okay, so thanks everyone for coming in. I'm going to end this stream here. Let's just have a quick just see what this person's saying. I always said if ITP had a real trading bot, why would they just take out massive loans? Exactly. That's the thing. Yeah, if they're going to make all this money, okay, if they can make all this money, they'll just take out a loan. They don't need They don't need £100 off us. Spot on. That is the logical thinking here. You know, if they could just go out and get a loan. Yeah, Quappy could get a loan of 10,000. They'd have 100 million in a year. Okay, so they don't need the money off us. Yeah, ITP leaders need to give the money back. Okay, how they do it, you know, I'm not sure exactly how it's going to be done, but I think it'd be very difficult for them to individually give the money back to the people, because how would you do it? Would you give it to your team? Other people be saying, hold on, you paid them out. What about me? Okay, so I think it has to be some sort of centralized, some organized, someone organizing it basically to pay everybody out whatever it is from the pot. The only trouble with that is people organizing it probably take out a load out of the pot as well. That's the problem. True believer, learned much from you. Good. That's what I'm here for. That's what we're education. Okay. I think Mac knew it as a Ponzi. He always acted in the middleman. Okay. Yeah, can't be sure. You can't be sure whether he knew or not. I think he probably did know. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits, sir. I've been on nearly 2 hours and my voice is going. So cheers, everyone, for coming. I'm going to call it quits, sir. Thanks very much. Catch you later.